Hi, so we're here in Schweinfurt Germany at SRAM HQ, and I'm with Stu, and we're looking at the new SRAM brakes. So what have we got here today, Stu?
So yeah, this is a complete new brake for SRAM. This is the Motive. So a complete new name, complete new brake. This is all about really simplifying our brake choices for the rider, because I think maybe we were criticized a little in the past for having too many choices, and that gets confusing if you're not sure which brake fits your riding style or what your needs. So we took that feedback on board, and what we've done is really change the brake offering into two clear use cases. So Motive is there to be the right brake for people that are interested in weight and kind of up to light trail use, let's say. So if you're the type of rider that uses a SID fork, for example, or a pike fork, maybe up to kind of like 140 mil travel trail bike, it's likely that Motive is going to be the best choice for that riding case.
Right, okay.
From there on, we have Maven, which is a brake we launched back last year. Hugely successful brake for us. That's more for the sort of more gravity focused rider, so harder trail use into more DH use, so focus much more on brake power. Within that, there are choices. Within each brake, there are three options. If you're in the Motive category, we have Motive Bronze, Silver, Ultimate. If you're in the Maven brake, we have Maven Base, Maven Silver, Maven Ultimate. So three levels of each brake.
So we've got our three levels of brakes. So what's the differences between them? Is one better, more powerful than another, or?
So no difference in power. That's important to state. The brakes are different because mainly of the features on them. There's just some added benefits, if you like, to for example, if we look at the Motive Ultimate level.
It's Motive Ultimate,
then you've got a carbon lever blade. So obviously additional cost there, but a bit of weight saving. You've got titanium hardware. So again, weight saving, additional cost. The banjo fitment on the caliper is adjustable on the Ultimate level and on the Silver level. That just helps a little bit with neatness on some frame designs. It's good to be able to adjust where that hose attaches in terms of its angle.
It fits
exactly. So
on your,
it's about more about the features that you're getting on the brake than it is in terms of there's no difference in power or performance. That comes mostly from the structure of the lever and also the rotor and the pad. The levers move on a bearing pivot on the Ultimate and the Silver level. When you get down to the Bronze level, obviously we're reducing in cost, so there has to be some sacrifices. And then it's bushes in the lever pivots, and you don't get that banjo fitment on the hose, so it's a direct mount into the caliper. But I mean, in terms of the performance element, it's not about that.
Just saving a little bit of weight.
It's the bells and whistles that
pay more for the titanium and the carbon.
Exactly.
So we said with the Motive now, we're looking at bikes with a SID, bikes with a pike. Would you go up to perhaps a Lyric? Or is that the swap over points for Maven?
That's kind of the point where you would expect to maybe see some crossover. Yeah, you're right. So for a rider that's sort of moving into that harder use case, like by the time you're reaching the Lyric fork, you'd expect that rider to be riding fairly aggressively on trail use. The Motive brake is perfectly capable of going up to that use point for sure. And again, if they're a weight conscious rider, if they're really keen to keep their trail bike weight low, then the Motive is also still a very lightweight brake. So a little bit of the backstory of Motive is we developed that a lot with the XC riders in the sponsored athletes that we have, because we're seeing that sport change quite a lot. The courses that the XC guys are racing on now, way more gnarly trails and some pretty heavy use case there for them. So they're actually looking for high performance brakes, but obviously they're very weight conscious, and that is really, in a nutshell, what Motive is there to provide. The performance element is there, but of course within our brakes we also offer all the different rotor sizes and pad compounds. So let's say, for example, what you just said, if you're a Lyric rider, the Motive with a bigger rotor and an organic pad compound, for example, can still provide a really high performing, like powerful brake.
Right, okay.
And the XC guy might be more towards the kind of smaller rotor sizes to keep the weight lower. Yeah, there's definitely some crossover, you're right.
So these are still very powerful brakes. They're 4-piston brakes. The pad it looks like an old code pad, but we've got a new name now for the pads?
Yeah, absolutely. So 4-piston. All of our brake line now will be a 4-piston setup. So we're going to, again, simplifying those choices for the rider. We were seeing all of the XC guys and girls wanting to run 4-piston brakes. Yeah. We've got, that feedback direct from the racers at the top level in the world that they were preferring the 4-piston system. So the only reason to have 2 pistons was to be even lighter still. But as I said, that cross-country racer mentality is actually changing a little bit. They want to be sure that their brakes are going to stop them on those big features that are becoming common in XC racing. So and to the pad, you're dead right. This is the pad used by Motive is the same as the existing code pad. While I mentioned code, obviously, it might be useful to explain that code is now going to be discontinued. Right. Also the same with level. So in the past, level was our super lightweight cross-country race brake, where weight was the focus. Yeah. Code was the more higher performing, heavier duty, like more powerful brake. So what we've been able to do, I think, with Motive is really condense all of that into the best of both worlds. So we now have power at the level of the code brake, weight at the level of the level brake. So we've got the best of both cases with the Motive, and again, like I said, that really just simplifies things. And then with the brake pads, having an easy way to choose those pads, we've now decided that we're going to basically talk about our brake pads a little bit like we talk about clothing size. Right. So we're going to have basically a small, medium, large, and extra large brake pad. And the Motive uses the large brake pad now, which was the previous code. And then
Maven's got the extra large brake pad. Got you. Yeah.
Bigger brake, bigger pad. Nice and easy for the rider to be able to understand that, the parts they need.
With the crossover going from code level, now moving more towards Maven, we've also changed the oil. So these are mineral oil brakes.
Absolutely, yeah. All of our brakes are now going to run mineral oil, and again, I think that just boils down to simple consistency across the range. We don't want to have mechanics wondering, oh, should this be DOT, should this be mineral? Actually, we've done a lot of testing with mineral oil through the development of the Maven brake, and found that we can reach the performance levels that we want and desire with the mineral fluid. So now we can run that across the whole range, nice and simple. There's no chance that you're going to get it wrong. Just keep it mineral on everything mountain bike now. Right,
great. So we'll have the Motive here, or if you're looking for a more powerful brake to put on your Zeb fork or Boxer, then go up to the Maven. Simplified 3 options within, again, the same Motive Maven, the same as that. Okay, great. So if you'd like to find out a little bit more about how to get the best out of your brakes, how to tune your brakes, check the link in the description. We've got another video about that. And then remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.